Peace, peace. Yo, we sincerely appreciate y'all tuning in. Welcome to FlyDialogue. We'd love for you guys to find out more about us. You can Google FlyDialogue. That's one word, exactly how you spell fly, F-L-Y, and exactly how you spell dialogue, D-I-A-L-O-G-U-E. And you can visit our Linktree page. Be sure to subscribe there too. If you want some dope music to listen to, we're actually a radio station. You can visit flydialogue.com to listen to 24/7 hip hop or R&B. Like I say, it's nonstop. We are literally jamming as we speak. So, check us out, man. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the craft beer app called Untapped. You can find us on YouTube. That's where we house all of our podcasts, what we'll capture tonight with my cousin, Ade. And again, just search FlyDialogue on these platforms. Follow us, friend us, subscribe. Just check for us, man. We would appreciate that. And we would love to just connect with y'all. We'd love to connect with you. So touch base with us, check for us. With that said, man, we're going to dive into this session with my cousin, man, Ade. And he had the pleasure of visiting AfroTech this year, AfroTech2022. I think it was in Austin, Texas this year. Really, really a big deal. I unfortunately couldn't make it, but we just wanted to kind of touch base and give you guys some information about that, because what these guys are doing, they've been doing it for some time. But what they've been doing is really a place for just some serious networking, seeing like all of these beautiful Black people in tech. In spaces sometimes that we don't get the chance to talk about. So me and Ade really just wanted to kind of recap his trip down there and all of the wonderful things that he was doing. So he'll be right back. And like I say, once we continue, man, get ready for AfroTech 2022. Quick recap with KD and my wonderful cousin, Ade Milner. All right, we'll be right back. Let's dig in here, man. Let's see what we can kind of uncover, man. If anything, talk about this AfroTech 2022, man. Tell me a little bit about it. I'm actually going to share my screen, and I want to pull up their website, man, and we can kind of go from there. Let me see here. Make tech more Black. Yes. Thank you. Salud.
That's the motto.
Yeah, man, for real. So you actually got that? They got merch down there at the show?
Yeah, they got merch. They had over 100 different companies representing, from point of sales and tech all the way up to management.
Oh, word.
Tech, from like your PayPals to your, like I mentioned, Cash Apps. Even there was like several banks out there because they wanted to fund entrepreneurs and provide that platform for them to reach out and get loans and start their business. So it was a lot of different things going on. Then it was direct situations where we had interviews on site. I was working the booth for my company, which is Trimble Incorporated.
Yeah.
So we were working that career fair. There's just a lot going on, man. It was like, it really felt like a massive career fair when you walk into the expo centers, like all these companies, everybody's eager and excited to talk to, people that look like us pretty much. So it was a good vibe.
Yeah, no, for real, man. I mean, and that, I think for me, it's just a curiosity thing. Like I said, I really wanted to be there, but it's like I had no idea that this conference even was happening. I don't know I don't know how many years they've been doing that. Do you have any idea how long they've been holding this conference? Or?
Yeah, man. So AfroTech's very new. It's actually a 5th year, but
wow. Okay.
3rd in person. They had 2 good years. Then the pandemic happened, so they had to actually do a virtual year. So my actual first year was last year. They created a what do they call it? The AfroTech metaverse. So like avatars, and you just went around. It felt like what this year was, but of course in person was way better. And then there's almost 25,000 people that showed up in attendance.
Wow, 25,000
domestically and international. I met people from Africa, UK, Brazil, like just everywhere. It was just a immersive blend of Black talent.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful, man. I mean, I'm looking here at the website, man. It looks like 2023 will be in Austin again. They'll announce the date soon. So I'm happy to hear that, man, because you were talking about they might go international. So
Okay.
yeah, it looks like this will be 2023 will be in Austin too. And it was man, I probably should have, like, this happened back in, this was November, right? November 20.
Second week of November, man.
Yeah. I've got to put this on the calendar. Once these dates get announced, man, I gotta make it happen, man.
Yeah, I'm charging all my friends in either tech management, product analysts, project management work. You got to go to AfroTech. Like, it just makes sense. Even if you're not even looking for a new job, it's just the connections and opportunities out there to meet folks and network. So let's say you wanted to start a company down the road. You're going to meet your stack developer there, your product analyst there, your marketing management team. Like, it's just so much avenues to be in tech per se. You don't necessarily need to be building something, but the opportunity in that business space, professional service space is real.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it from the standpoint of, because I know you've been talking about that, maybe kind of branching out and doing your own thing. So that definitely makes sense. Kind of like having folks in the field that you're looking for, man, and building that, I don't know, the ecosystem or building your team. You know what I mean? Like that's a strong look, man. I mean, I'm again, man, I'm trying to, it's like, so I've been to many conferences like CES out there in Vegas, MacWorld when MacWorld was going on out in San Fran. And then now I'm in ed tech, you know. So I'm frequently going to these conferences, but it's very, very far and few in between where you see people that look like us. That's one of the main reasons why I'm just like, yo, how long has this been going on? This is something I got to be a part of. So like I say, it'll definitely be on the calendar for next year. You know, I guess one of the questions I'm kind of like, you know, from a professional standpoint, I'm kind of getting an idea of what it is. Like, it's just, you know, just a bunch of Black folks in tech, like coming together and vibing on that kind of way, like professionally. But from a like social standpoint, I know at these conferences, man, there's always like a lot of sponsored parties and gatherings or networking ways that, you know, everybody gets together. Like, what does that, I can't wrap my head around how much fun that probably was.
Man, work hard, play harder, man. Work hard, play harder. That was their motto. So we hit the ground running from 8 a.m. to probably 4 p.m. So we're in different workshops all day. Workshops that deal with stuff talking about inclusivity and product design from inception to full product design. And we're talking about 3D analysis and gaming and things of that nature. So it's like, as you're there, these 8 hours, it's like maybe 3 to 4 workshops going on per hour. So unfortunately, a lot of that stuff overlaps. So you got to plan your schedule accordingly. But man, afterwards, like when we're done with work, you got Google sponsor parties, Visa's doing sponsor parties, Chime's doing this happy hour open bar situation. My company, a few of my buddies work for Solemn. They had a open bar deal that was going on. So I've never been to Austin, but this is the perfect city to just walk and mingle the streets and bar hop per se, or hit this hotel or this conference room. And it was just a lot going on from the social networking part. Like professional networking, we had that covered all day. We're working, meeting a lot of people, but the evenings were just totally different. They feel great. People let their hair down and really expose themselves, and you get to hang out and meet some genuine folks. So I thought it was, from that perspective, really cool. Because I've done, like you said, I've done other conferences, and it's just crazy being 1% and flipping that and being 100%. Like, it might have been like a few other races out there, but it was definitely 95% Black people for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, you know, the same thing for me. Like, you have these networking opportunities after the conference happens, and there, man, like I'm an extrovert, so I'm always having fun wherever I go, man. I kind of, you know, I don't know, I won't say stay in my lane. I'm in multiple lanes, man, as relates to, you know, socializing, because I'm a social butterfly, especially as Tanya puts it. You know, I'm just floating all over the place. Anybody who's willing to have a conversation, I'm willing to chat to. But so I always enjoy it. But yeah, from that standpoint, like connecting with what it feels to be like-minded people in this industry, I can't. Man, I'm excited, man. I'm just excited. You can probably tell I'm excited talking about it. But
yeah, man.
but this is kind of off the cuff because I just wanted to give these guys some love, man. But at the same time, I got to get down to Austin. Plus, it's Austin. Like, I've been a couple times, and to your point, Austin is just like Austin's dope. You know what I mean?
Dope, man. These folks at Blavity are dope too. That's who created AfroTech, Blavity Inc. So it's just something as simple as the corner of each of the expo center, of the convention center. They got DJs out there playing vibes. Like, you're hearing Kendrick Lamar all the way to some Jimi Hendrix, come back around to some Jay-Z and Pharrell. Like, they're just setting the tone. Even inside, they got DJs and situations where you could set up and just network. It was really formal yet informal. It didn't feel like all buttoned up. It was kind of be comfortable, be casual.
Yeah.
Be your real, genuine self. And you never know who you may meet or run into. So it was a lot of great opportunities, just honestly, just to hang out.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends come out there looking for jobs, got jobs on the spot. So it's that situation. They're actively looking. It's like, hey, diversity, equity, inclusion is real big right now. So it's like common for something like AfroTech. So these companies that may have historically, maybe never, not hire as many Black tech professionals. Now they're like, dude, we have 20 spots to fill. If you convince us right now, you could get an offer tomorrow. Like, and that was happening. Now, I didn't go out there for that. I was out there trying to do the same for my company.
Yeah.
I just heard so many great stories just from the people I chatted to on LinkedIn. Like, they got their new job out there that last month. So it was like pretty cool. Yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, from that standpoint, like, I'm out there like you are. We're not necessarily recruiting, but we've got a product. You know what I mean? We're advertising for, Quaver Ed. They're basically resources that we offer teachers, counselors, for them to use in their classroom, right? So from that standpoint, we're just getting the word out and building our brand about who we are, what we do, who we work with. We're trying to get, I don't know, it's really starting conversations, man. Conversations and talking about your product and trying to find out who's interested. You're planting seeds. But from that standpoint, man, wow, you go out there with no job and then you leave with a job. That's incredible.
I mean, I met several young, like, fresh out undergrads or probably about to graduate next May. They paid for themselves to come out there. They paid the standard entry fee. Then you have people in my situation, my company paid a corporate fee, so it's different levels to it. But to meet these young, enthusiastic kids that paid maybe $500 to $800 for, to get out there, and they're like talking to every company, and they're like making legit strides and closing deals. So it's a great social networking, professional development. That's kind of what we told our company. We're going out there for professional development. So it's so many like benefits to going out there and just seeing it and actually just being in the mix and building those connections. Because the motto was build bridges while we were out there. Because there's people from international states, international countries. I mean, and we're just all over the world. So it was like, it really was it really was dope. That's what I way to explain it.
Thing, man. Don't let me forget. I'm actually bookmarking this their website, man. I'm following them on social, everything, man. IG, Facebook, wherever they at, I'm about to follow them. So AfroTech, if y'all listening, y'all be hearing from us, man. We'll definitely be out there.
Yeah, FlyDialogue, they had certain podcasters on site, photographers. So it's a way to just get that immersed in there, have your whole situation on site. From the conference.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely in line with, who I would consider our target market, period, point blank. But just the experience alone, man, I love conferences. I love trade shows. It's a big part of what I do in my role and what I've been doing for years, man, whether it's been in consumer electronics, now in ed tech space. But, I can't tell you how much business I get from trade shows. So I love trade shows from that standpoint, and the social, what I feel like is a social experiment. You got all of these people that are dumping into the city. You know what I mean? You say AfroTech, it's like a 25,000 people that are coming to Austin or to this show this year.
Yeah.
At CES, like the Consumer Electronics Show that I would do in Vegas, man, we're talking about 100 plus. And it's just like everybody converging onto Vegas. And it's just like a oh my God,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and you know how Vegas is, man. After a while, I think you told me you left Vegas and went to.
Exactly. I was literally in Vegas the week before for a conference. So
Yeah,
it's maybe 10,000, but man, I can only
yeah,
imagine 100,000 folks.
it's unbelievable. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and I did that show for, I probably did like 8 or 9 of those, and
Okay.
I'm talking about the amount of shenanigans that happens not only during the show but
Yeah.
after the show while you're in Vegas. You know, you
Oh,
probably
yeah.
experienced some of that. So I love shows. My show experience is like I've always had good experience. I get worn out because you're like burning the candle at both ends, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's
That's
that
definitely relate
standpoint too. Yeah, you know, you get it's a lot going on, and it's like I feel like in Vegas I would get sensory overload because I'm trying to see everything and have every conversation. So I
trying to
mean,
remember names and faces from the previous day. No, it's sensory overload. I like how you put that because that's what
yeah,
it is. That's exactly what it is.
it can be exhausting, man. Especially for me. Like I say, I'm like an extreme extrovert, so I'm like trying to connect and a salesperson, right? So I'm trying to
Yeah.
connect as much as possible. And at the end of the day, it was just like, I mean, you just knock out, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, the fact that extrovertedness is super appreciated at something like AfroTech because, as you
Yeah,
mentioned, that Vegas one is not as many folks as you, but
for
you
sure.
still have that, freedom of as who you are to just go talk to anybody. But
Yeah,
when you see as other folks that look like you, it's like that barrier is knocked down. It's like, oh, hey, what's up? And it's like people who's giving dap, like
just
we've known each other
easy.
for years, and it's just friendly,
Yeah,
smooth networking vibes, and it was like no pressure. And then in these small talks, you're meeting people that are doing awesome things in their field, and it could be something that you may need down the road. So that's what I
sure.
liked about it. And I still keep in contact with some of the folks I met via LinkedIn, and
Yeah,
we're just planning out for some stuff for 2023 because
yeah.
next year's gonna be even crazier. Like I can already see it, probably double the attendees. So that's great for them, and let's see if Austin, Texas, can handle it.
I mean, I can't imagine that they can't, but that's what I was about to ask. Like you said, was that like their convention center or whatever? Is that like downtown?
Yeah, right in the heart of downtown.
Okay.
That's called I think it's just called the Austin Convention Center.
Austin
But
convention.
right there,
Okay.
pretty massive. People used to complain that the first 2 years were in Oakland. They said they couldn't logistically they couldn't handle the amount of attendees. So the Austin location is perfect. So I think they love it. We'll see if they stay there forever or they grow into something even huger, which I think that's their intent. Because I mean, they had Mark Cuban out there giving out entrepreneurial advice and tips and tricks on how to start your own business and get in this digital age and really shake things up in this metaverse. So it was a lot, man. It's a lot to unpack. It was 4 days
Yeah.
of excellence. That's the best way to look at it.
No, for sure, man. Yeah, if you didn't see, I'm signing up.
Oh
So
yeah, that's how you do it.
let me just go ahead and get locked in, man. So I stay informed. Yeah, man, that's dope, man. I appreciate you just taking the time to kind of talk through it. I'm kind of curious. Like last thing, man. I won't hold you. But like I guess what you've kind of talked about, like your favorite things about it, the connecting points, just the ease of networking in a space with a bunch of people that look like yourself, obviously that look like us.
Yeah.
If you could highlight one thing, I guess from AfroTech, what would it be? Like what was the big takeaway for you? You know, and maybe even for your company too, for Trumble.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what was
Yeah.
the big
Not the,
takeaway for
the
you guys?
biggest takeaway is if you have an idea or a dream, start it. So everything they weren't even saying like CEO. They kept calling it like founders. Like, are you a founder in this tech space? You may have an idea, you want to build a team. So they really encourage us to really start our own thing because as far as like 3D going and the gaming and the movie industry and like all this stuff needs tech geniuses, and the Black people have a lot of creativity. We're just an untapped source. So it kind of just really the highlight was encouraging to build your own, become an owner or a founder, and really start building tech space because we're like the percentage of us is so little. So it's so much opportunity for growth and expansion. So that's kind of what I took away from it. So that's why I was eager to meet all these other different developers or marketing gurus or different analysts and kind of start developing my own team. So that's the goal here going into 2023.
Nice. That's so. I'm curious if it'll actually, to your point about DEI and you know inclusion and everything. I'm wondering if it'll be more, not just specifically, but you said it's kind of like 95% Black or people of color.
Yeah.
And versus 5%. I wonder if that number will actually grow, like now that it continues to get bigger. It seems like it would, but I don't know if it'll continue to be as exclusive to us people of color as it will like moving forward. I wonder if they're interested in keeping it very locked and focused and targeted. I'm just kind of curious. At this point, I'm a curious person. I'm sales, man. I just always ask questions because but I don't know. Anyway, I like what these guys are doing, man. Like I say, I appreciate you just taking a few minutes, man. Hopefully this time next year, well, wait a minute, November 2023, man, we'll be down there getting some footage in person, man. And
yeah, exactly.
Walking the streets of Austin, man. So
I got it, man. Definitely. I will say one thing that we could wrap soon, but
for sure.
The reason I even ended up out there was because of the diversity, equity, inclusion at my company.
Yeah.
But with that, one of my coworkers, I didn't know him until then, but that's the cool thing about it. He was charged with starting some type of initiative. So he created the Black Professional Network, which is BPN. That's what we go by, but the Black Professional Network. So we come to find out amongst our 12,000 employees at Trimble, only about 150 are Black, and none of us know of each other unless you work directly with somebody. So by him starting this Black Professional Network, it kind of sent this surge through our company where they're like, hey, you guys need to start going to more of these, quote unquote, Black focused conferences or tech conferences. And we got a perfect one for you, bro. AfroTech. So through that, we're able to send 30 of our coworkers out there to kind of represent and get some professional development. I had another company, Solemn. I mentioned them earlier. They sent 180 folks out there. So it's serious right now, the equity in this diversity inclusion market right now. And we got to take advantage of it and really push our companies to either start a network, because within BPM, I'm actually the outreach coordinator. So while I was out there, I was strategically meeting other leaders in their, whatever they call it, Black Professional Network or diversity groups. ERNs. I've heard a lot of different terms, but it was so great to go out there and see other like-minded folks trying to build these bridges, as I mentioned, and close this gap just worldwide, and really, let Black folks leave our mark like we always do. And the tech space is begging for it. So I'm excited. I'm happy you're eager and looking forward to it next year. And we've been challenged to bring 10 additional folks, not just from our company, from just other companies. So we want this number to like maybe double or triple soon.
Yeah, dude, seriously, count me in, man. If I can be a part of that 10, just count me in. And I'll try to bring, there's a few Black folks that are at Quaver, more than that anyway. But yeah, man, I may even take it up to, to our president and be like, hey, man, this is an opportunity. I just have to figure out how. I guess my thing, the first question he's going to ask is like, okay, why would this be beneficial for us? Like, why are we going to be in that space? Is it a
trying to recruit? That's one angle to start with.
Yeah.
But then the booth, I don't know how much the pricing is, so y'all got to look at that as well.
See, if that's the thing, if it's about recruiting, so I'm not HR. You know what I'm saying? I'm sales, right? Yeah. So that's the only piece. I'm the sales director. So I don't know. I can figure that out, man. I mean, I'm almost like,
I could give you some of the slide presentations or things like that. And
some
of the real content other than the fun stuff. And you like, hey, this is what they're teaching out there. This is what we're going over. I can use this. So
well, if it doesn't work from a professional standpoint, from a Quaver standpoint, I mean, I will be out there, if nothing else, to network and just to enjoy the space that these guys have kind of curated, man. So hats off to them, man. Like I say, thanks for going out there, man, and just getting back to me about the experience, man. I seriously, I'm ecstatic, and like, I'm literally just like, man, I can't wait for this to go down, man. If hell, I'm trying to think who else went out there. Did Daniel go out there, or
he couldn't make it? He got a little pushback from his company, but my friend Dwight Cass, he
Dwight.
Yeah, he made it out there, and then I had a couple of other former co-workers. They work for Microsoft, made it out there.
Man, if I was thinking, I
used to work for Twitter, came out there looking for jobs. So it it was an interesting mix of folks. But
yeah, man, we
I'm
gotta
trying
get
to get more of my close network of friends to get out there for sure. That's in tech.
yeah, no, for sure, man. I remember you. I mean, because Olu's in the space too. Olu's in
Yeah,
tech, right?
yeah,
Kwesi, I feel like Kwesi's in there. I don't know
yeah.
what Kwaku is doing, but
But all of them, I'm trying to get everybody out there. Even if you aren't in tech, you should get in tech because there's so
right,
many spaces to do
right.
so many different things. So yes, we go.
And I appreciate again, man, you taking a second. That's all I got. I don't know how to wrap at this point, but
I'm gonna wrap it with that. You know,
that's it. That's it. Make tech more black, man. Shout out to AfroTech. Shout out to the dude Ade for getting out there, the feet on the ground, the boots on the ground, if you will. And yeah, man, look forward to doing this more conversations, more FlyDialogue, man. Let's talk soon. So holla at your people.
let's talk soon.
That's it. All right, fam.